The next question is, hey Fritz, how can I move my clients on when they keep on saying, I don't know, every time I ask a question? Great, great, great question. So I know that this question comes from a very well-meaning place of wanting to get our results faster. And in ACH and in all of my content, it is all about getting our clients to have faster results. And having said that, inside our sessions, and ACH principle is to actually slow down to speed up. So that is a great question because obviously we want to speed up our clients' results. But if we want to move our clients on faster to a pace that we want, what are we doing? We're totally just negating the ACH principle of meeting a client where they're at. So if you're finding that you're asking your clients questions and they keep on saying, I don't know, there are so many reasons why that could happen. One of them could be because the types of questions that are being asked is very symptom level type questions. And we're spinning around the symptom, meaning we're just really talking about the presenting problem. So instead, so a client comes and they say that they have a sugar addiction, and all we're talking about is sugar and food. That is very superficial. It is way beyond the food and sugar that is actually driving that so-called addiction, right? It is something else. And so if the questions are more about the sugar and the food that they eat, that's not going to get us anywhere. And that could lead to the I don't know answers, right? It could be that we just need practice with regards to asking better questions, and asking better questions usually come from being very, very succinct with the questions. Be asking your questions in as little words as possible. We do the least amount of talking inside our ACH sessions. The client does the talking. So if we have a backstory within our questions, before we ask them, then the client will just lose interest after a while and will not think about your question, will think about something else. So that's why just be very, very succinct with your questions. That is one of the reasons why this could happen too. And I already talked about the fact that I want to move my client on faster. Like I want my client to get the result this way at this minute by this time. This really fucks up the sessions, right? Because now we're trying to get them to do something instead of meeting them at their own pace. And if we put this pressure on ourselves and say, oh my God, I want that half an hour breakthrough, and we're really not there yet skillfully, which everybody goes through these processes, right? At the beginning. So, if we're rushing because we want to try to prove something and we're coming from an egotistical place, then the client on the other side can sense that and won't be as willing to open up. So we want to really look at what we're doing inside our sessions first. And second, how motivated is this client? Did this client pay a decent amount of price to work with you? Did they seem very excited and very willing to get rid of the problem? Because if there's no motivation there, if this was like a free client, then even the best hypnotherapist can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. So you really want to think about it in that sense, right? Is this client a type of is a motivated client? Because if not, then it would make sense that they're saying, I don't know, because they're just not in that place where they want the transformation well enough. And I mean, that you could even help them with that first, right? You could help get them motivated first. And so those are the reasons why I automatically just go to the diagnostics of what could happen as to the diagnostic as to why this happens. That's just how my brain works. So what do we actually do now? Okay. What do we do when a client just keeps on saying, I don't know? I already mentioned this. So first, just get better at the questioning. Keep practicing and just be patient with yourself and with your client. So when you're finding that you're being very symptom level, like you're just talking about the sugar and the food, just remember that what you're trying to do inside your sessions is to help your clients find the answers internally, right? So if you're asking about the food, which is out here, how are you going to help yourself by asking the questions that help your clients to go internally? And what this means is like, what is their experience like in their body? Like, what is their thought process, right? Like, how did they go from here to here conclusion? What is the process? Those are the questions that you want to ask. You want to ask internal questions because that is what helps them to get the result faster. And also, if they say, I don't know, slow down yourself. Because sometimes, especially with this question in the state of how can I get them to get there faster? How can I get them to have the answer faster, to find the answer faster? We're in a rush, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't like to be rushed. I like going fast. But if there is something that I'm trying to figure out, I don't want to have to be rushed for that answer. That'll piss me off. And so you want to look at that, right? You want to look at, okay, are you rushing your questioning with your clients? And can you slow the fuck down first, right? Slow down to speed up. Like literally ground yourself and then intentionally slow the pace of your question asking. Because then if you slow down, your clients will also slow down because they will mirror you. So slow down and have them take their time. Some clients may have this tendency to, just want to answer things fast, maybe some people pleasing tendencies or something that they're just like, oh, I just want to give you the answer faster. But you also want to reassure them and say, you can take your time with this. I say this a lot in my sessions, especially when we're sitting in silence for a long time and the clients start to get frustrated that they can't figure it out. And I just tell them, take your time. I am here the whole time. I want you to get the most out of it. Think about it. Take your time and think about it. Sometimes it's just that reassurance that helps them, lower their guard down and actually think about the questions you're asking them. So slow down. That would be the biggest thing that could really help the situation. And then just ask another question, right? Just ask another question or have a completely different, if your method of or if your path of questioning was around here about food and sugar, maybe change things up a little bit and ask them about something else. Ask them about one of their family members and how they think about their problem, right? Maybe that can distract or park that to the side first. You're over here and you have somewhere else to go by, and then everything will be put together anyway because everything is connected. So I hope that this helped and got you thinking and helped you be more optimistic about receiving clients who are not as willing to open up and keep on saying, I don't know. If you have any questions at all, let me know and I will see you soon. Let's make a massive impact together, one conversation at a time.